We so appreciate you watching Live on Lakeside, and in today's Legally Speaking segment, we're talking about complexities of insurance coverage.
So joining us now with more is Marco Bocciarelli, partner at Friedman, Domiano and Smith. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's always nice to be here.
So Marco, how is uninsured or underinsured coverage different from any other automobile insurance?
Okay, well, when you buy a liability policy of insurance, that's the most basic form of policy. It protects you if you harm someone else. So if you cause an accident and you injure somebody, then your liability policy steps in and protects you if there is a lawsuit or a claim. However, if you're involved in an accident where you're hurt and it's not your fault, it's someone else's fault, you're relying on the people around you that they have sufficient coverage for those injuries.
Mm-hmm. Is it safe to rely on the fact that other people should have insurance, in your opinion?
Well, I would say no. There is laws that require that you carry automobile insurance. I mean, I think that might be kind of common knowledge.
Right.
But the Ohio Department of Insurance estimates that the minimum amount of people around you that don't have insurance is 15%, and it's higher in some areas. Another 15% only have the minimum amount of coverage, which is $25,000 in the state of Ohio. So if you're like me and you're driving to and from Cleveland on a regular basis on the highway, 3 out of every 10 cars around you only have a maximum of $25,000 in coverage at any given time.
So what we're hearing is that state limits, minimum state limits, are not enough coverage.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So, right, really fun statistics, right?
No, but it's good to know.
I don't want to use anybody here, so I use our imaginary friend, and we're going to use Tyler. Tyler's is injured in an automobile accident, all right? If he has to go to the hospital, average stay in a hospital in Ohio right now is $16,000. That doesn't include ambulance, that doesn't include procedures, it doesn't include any of your lost wages, any pain and suffering, anything like that, just the hospital stay itself. If Tyler needs a surgery, spinal surgery in the state of Ohio costs about $110,000. Wow. So if you're injured and you're hit by someone who has minimum coverage, you're not even getting out of the hospital before the protection that that person afforded to you is already exhausted.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That really is terrifying. How do you protect yourself?
Well, that's where the uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage comes in. What you're doing is you're buying protection from your insurance company that says, I need to make sure that I have coverage if someone injures me, and I don't want to rely on the fact that they're going to have sufficient coverage. Now, there's a couple of things about that I do like to make sure that people know. One is, I get calls all the time when someone says, oh, I'm fully covered. Mm. That does not mean that you have uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. You receive something with your insurance when you purchase it. It's a declaration page. You need to check your declaration page and make sure that coverage is on there. Or call your insurance agent and just make sure that you have that protection, because anymore, that minimum coverage that you're counting on the people around you to have, even if they have it, it's not enough.
Right. Wow. You have to take the lead.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And of course, anytime anybody has any questions about coverage, about their claims, about any injury or accidents, they can feel free to give us a call at Friedman, Domiano.
Better to ask than, God forbid, you get in one of these
Things
situations.
Happen.
And right.
We always do free evaluations, and we'll give an assessment of what we think about what's going on with you.
Okay.
Marco, thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
And for more information, you can go to fdslaw.com.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Coming up next after the break, we're going to preview the Alpha Omega Foundation's amazing AKA 5K run and walk.
This segment of Live on Lakeside was sponsored by Friedman, Domiano and Smith.